Madagascar is one of those movies I loved as a kid, and rewatching it now made me realize this thing had way more personality than it ever needed to have. Before I get into it, like and follow if you're into movie reviews, where we actually say what we think, and Madagascar absolutely does. The movie is basically about four animals living the easiest life possible in the Central Park Zoo. Alex is the celebrity lion, Marty is the zebra having a midlife crisis at 10 years old, Gloria is the one keeping everybody sane, and Melman is convinced he has 17 diseases at any given moment. Marty starts wondering if there's more to life than the same routine every day, gets obsessed with seeing the wild, and that one thought blows up everybody's comfortable life. That's what makes the movie work so well. The story is simple, but every character has such a strong personality that even tiny scenes become memorable. As a kid, I remembered the big jokes. Smile and Wave boys, Crack-a-lacking King Julien dancing around, Melman being Melman. But watching it again, I noticed how much of the movie is built around Marty wanting something more, and Alex being terrified of losing the life he already has. The funny thing is, Alex is clearly presented like he's supposed to be the star. He's literally the king of New York. He has the crowd, the big introduction, the ego, the whole celebrity thing. But Marty is really the guy who pushes the movie forward. He's the one asking questions, he's the one who leaves, and he's the one who creates the conflict. And Chris Rock completely understands what kind of movie he's in. Marty has this ridiculous energy, where almost every line sounds like he thought of it half a second before saying it, even when he's talking about something serious, like being 10 years old and not knowing whether he's black with white stripes or white with black stripes. The movie makes it funny without losing the fact that he actually feels stuck. That's good character writing for a movie that could have easily just been 90 minutes of animals yelling and dancing. And then you have Melman. I forgot how funny Melman is. David Schwimmer voicing this giraffe is such a perfect casting choice because he brings that anxious, uncomfortable energy people know from Friends, except now it's coming out of a giant giraffe who thinks every minor inconvenience is a medical emergency. He finds a brown spot on his shoulder and panics. They get shipped across the world and he's worried another zoo won't be able to afford his health care. He gets stranded in the wild and basically starts preparing his will. That should get old. Somehow it doesn't. The whole voice cast gives these characters identities. Ben Stiller makes Alex dramatic enough that you believe being moved from New York really is the end of the world to him. Jada Pinkett Smith gives Gloria this grounded, fed-up presence, and Schwimmer almost steals every scene he's in just by sounding permanently stressed. Then the movie throws in the penguins and King Julien, and somehow it still doesn't feel overcrowded. The penguins are digging it out of the zoo like they're escaping prison, and from just Smile and Wave boys, you understand exactly who these guys are. And King Julien is just pure chaos, but what surprised me most on the rewatch is that underneath all that comedy, there's actually a solid friendship story here. Alex spends most of the movie angry at Marty, because Marty basically destroyed the comfortable life Alex loved. And to be fair, I get it. Alex didn't want adventure, he didn't want freedom, he wanted steak, applause, and his little fake rock in Central Park. But once they get to the wild, the movie flips everything around. Marty finally gets what he wanted, and Alex discovers what he actually is. That's where the movie gets more interesting than just zoo animals get lost. Alex starts seeing Marty as food, and suddenly their friendship has a real problem that can't be fixed with another joke. Alex isolates himself because he's scared he'll hurt his friends, and Marty still goes back for him even when everybody knows that could go badly. Real talk. That's probably why this movie still works for me. The jokes are nostalgic, sure, but nostalgia can only carry movies so far. If the characters were annoying or the story was empty, I would have noticed that immediately. Instead, I found myself liking these characters even more. And I love that the movie never becomes too serious about itself. Alex can have this genuine crisis about becoming a predator, and the solution is basically the penguins feeding him sushi and convincing him fish is better than steak. That is such a Madagascar solution. Is the movie perfect? No. There are moments where it throws every possible joke at the screen to see what sticks. Some of the humor is very early 2000s, and the story moves so fast that certain emotional moments barely get time to breathe. But honestly, I don't think slowing this movie down would have made it better. Part of the charm is that it keeps moving. There's always another joke, another weird line, another character, another moment you somehow remember years later. Madagascar is quotable without desperately trying to create quotes. It's funny without needing to be clever every second. And the characters actually feel different from each other. So yeah, Madagascar is an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Not just because I loved it as a kid, but because I came back to it years later. And the things I remembered still worked, while the character writing and voice performances were actually better than I gave them credit for. Alex might be the king of New York, but Marty is the heart that gets this entire movie moving. And Melman might secretly be the funniest character in the whole thing. What do you think? Does Madagascar still hold up for you? And who actually stole the movie? Alex, Marty, Melman, the Penguins, or King Julien?